Hi there, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Nice to hear that. Okay, so welcome to today's lesson. I assume that you guys know a bit about coding, or just like what coding is. So it's basically how really everything you see on your computer, your internet, most electronics nowadays are made with some sort of coding. And so this is just one of the best skills you can use, especially when you grow up and you are looking for things to do. When I picked up coding, it just unlocked like so much of things to do in life, in my opinion. Like I was really interested in apps like social media or Instagram and everything, and I was just able to like build these apps myself if I really wanted to learn. You could even do anything from code like smart mirrors to, I'm sure you've heard nowadays, AI, just a lot of that stuff. And it's interesting because Python is the language that you're going to be taught today by me, and it's used in like mostly the new AI stuff. It's really all just Python language, and so hopefully we're just going to get a good introduction today. So hopefully by today, I'm not sure we will be able to go too far. Yeah, so Python, and I'll show you guys this this slideshow so that you guys can learn how to download and set up Python. It might be a bit of a struggle, so maybe have an adult do with you. So you're gonna be using what's called an IDE. If not, you can also use this what's the website? I'll drop in the chat. So this is basically just something for you to run your code. Yeah. Can you guys see it in the chat?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay. Maybe you have to open it.
I can saw it.
Yeah. So let me know if you guys can open it. Okay. So were you guys able to open it?
Also what?
The link that I put in the chat.
Yes, I opened it.
Okay, nice. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, so for you guys' first program, it's going to look something like this. You can just look at my screen and I'll just run it for you. Yeah, so all coding really is like, or at least at this level that you guys have to be concerned about is you just type stuff and things will appear. That's kind of the cool part. So if you want to have something show up as like a word, let's say you just want to like write out a word, right? Then all you have to really say is print and then the word. So the word that we're going to try and print today is hello world. And you just write print and then it runs and then it says hello world. So I'm sure you guys have heard of hello world, or if you haven't, don't worry about it. It's basically the most basic thing you can ever do in all programming languages. They just have you print something out, just type something, have the computer say hello back to you, basically. So yeah, congrats, you guys, right? Just wrote your first program. So yeah, if you guys want, feel free to, like I said, you guys should have this link open, this website open, and just type print parentheses. So print parentheses and the quotes, and then just anything you want. And so, okay. So yeah, literally just type hello world, and you will literally make the computer say something back to you, essentially. Okay. And then, so yeah. So a good trick while running programs is when it starts getting more complex, you guys will basically have to predict what your program is going to do. So you're not limited to just having it type out words. It seems that we have one more student coming in actually, so we're gonna take a quick pause, I guess, or I guess I could re-explain to them too, and then you guys could hear it twice. Basically, you're not limited to just printing out words. You can print things like print 2, or if you want, print 2 plus 3 or 2 plus 4. And then that's essentially how a very simple calculator you can build just using Python right here, right? So, I mean, if you want to like use it to work on your homework, right, you could just do print like the math formula that you want it to calculate for you. Hi there, Yo-Yo, we just started. Let me re-explain it to Yo-Yo since it came late.
I can't go.
Yo-Yo, are you here with us? Oh, okay. Okay, Yo-Yo. Seems like you're downloading Python. It might take a second. So right now, I just found you a website that can run it for you. So if you just click this link in the chat, basically you'll come to the screen that I have. You can just delete whatever text you want. Just start over from fresh, and you can just type print hello world. So I'll have you guys all watch me set up Python, and hopefully you guys could follow along. And let me know if you guys can't, and I'll just like help you guys one-on-one, because it does take a second. That's the unfortunate part of like these coding languages. They're not super like easy to download. But like I said, you guys can completely work on this like website, and it'll totally work. Like you don't have to download Python right now, and you can just completely run it here, and it'll be perfectly fine. Like trust me, I've done it. I've gone to this, and this works for like all your needs, really. Okay, so Yo-Yo, hello.
Hello.
Okay, hi. So I was just running them through what Python really is. I'm gonna make it quick since they already heard it. It's really a coding language that really makes up, and coding is like in everything nowadays, from electronics to your phone to computers. I'm sure you know that. But coding really makes up all of these. And of course, you've probably heard like the new developments with AI, artificial intelligence. It's actually made using Python, which is what I'm teaching you today. And it's pretty easy to pick up. So please do not feel discouraged. I think that anyone can do it after a certain age. I think honestly, like 8-year-olds can start doing very simple Python, nothing too crazy, but Python's really easy to read. Most people recommend it as like the first beginner language for coding. And you guys will see how it works right now. Yeah, so, and I'll explain how to install Python in a sec. So like I said, just if you could hop on this website that I put in the chat, and then you can just delete everything and then type print hello world. And then if you run it, you will see like in this area right here that it says hello world. I make the machine basically say hello world back to me. And then you're not limited to just, and if you want to do this, it really is just print the word print, parentheses, quote, hello world, or you could have it print other stuff as well, like numbers. You could have it print really anything that you think of. So if you want, you can have it print like math formula or math equations, just like do simple addition for you. So if you do print 2 + 4, then it'll basically print 6 for you. As I run it right here, you will see, yeah, so it runs 6 right here. So what this print statement does is really just makes the computer spit out what you specify inside the parentheses, and it'll automatically do stuff like the math for you. And you're not just limited to this, you can do like that. You can do division, you can do multiplication as well. This is the multiplication sign, this is the division sign. This is division, this is multiplication. So we do something like, and it really is just PEMDAS, really. So if we do 4 × 3 divided by 12, we should get 1 because 3 × 4 is 12, and then we divide it by 12. 12 divided by 12 would be 1. This is just math. It's just PEMDAS. If you solve it on paper, you exactly get the same answer. And you see here that it returns us a 1. And one thing you might notice that you might be questioning is why this 2 here is a 2 and why this is a 1.0 and not like just a 1 without the 0.0. And really, the values are the same, but now we're going to get into something called data types. So let me just introduce you to these number systems. The way Python really works is you just have to know a few central data types. Integer is really just a number without any decimals. It's as simple as it sounds, integer, right? You just think of a number, it's just that number. So integer 2, 4, anything without a decimal. And it can be negative as well. So, and then there's float and decimal, float/double. For you guys' case, it'll just be float. So just forget about double for now. Float is a decimal number that is something like 1.3, 1.4, something like that, right? If it has a point in it, then it is a float. It's a really, I don't like the name personally because, right, like, I don't know why they don't just call it decimal because I feel like it's easier. Same thing with string. It's a string is either a word or a character, and they're in Python, they're basically the same. So you can have A or A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So this would be considered a character, which makes sense, right? It's only one letter, character. And this is a string. I guess you kind of string the characters together. You can think of it like that. And it's really just a word. So like hello is a string. When we print hello world right here, we're really printing a string that we just fill in what the string is. There's also something called arrays, which we will get into later, and objects. Just know for now that an array looks like something like this. It has squares in it. It's basically a list for collecting things. It's really just a list. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4. This array, which is really just a collection of items, is an array of integers, the numbers inside, and you just separate them by commas. It's just a list, very simple list, basically. And then objects is something that we will look at later. It kind of looks like this. If our object, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to explain right now. Just know that it's something that behaves like a real world, like how a dog object might be able to do actions like wolf, sit. Yeah, it's a bit complicated, but it's really nothing to be scared about. I think that when I was learning code, it was really intimidating, like, oh, a programmer, it's like this really nerdy thing, and it's scary and it sounds hard, but it's really none of that. I found that it really is so much more fun than it really seems on the outside. And I mean, the stuff you can do is just really incredible. Like for example, this is an app that I'm building with my friends. This is something you will be able to do along down the line, like pretty far down the line, but this is a custom social media app that me and my friends are building. So just like imagine the things that you could do with coding. It's really limitless. Like nowadays you have like AIs, right? They're generating like stuff that real humans can do, and like the bounds are limitless. So I think this is something to be really excited about. If you guys find it exciting, it'll make learning coding like so much easier, that much easier. And it's really good that you guys are starting young. I think that gives you guys so much of an advantage. Because shoot, if I started young, I think I would be like good enough to be an engineer right now. And for you guys, I'm just a college student. I'm 18 years old. So I'm relatively young compared to other adults. I'm old compared to you guys, I'm sure. But you guys are starting at like this very young age. It's a great time for you guys to pick it up. And it's really chill and nice. And I think you guys are gonna love it. Okay, so like I said, like I explained earlier, so this is important because you have to know your it's basically 5 data types, not even, yeah, just 5 data types, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 data types are all you have to remember. It's just 5. It's pretty easy. And they make up the backbone of most of the math that you're dealing with. I think at the level that I'm going to teach you guys, I'm just going to teach you guys very simple stuff. So integers, like I said, people call them ints as well. That's why it's right here. Int are just numbers with no decimal point. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Float is a number with a decimal. So it can be 1.0, 1.1, 1.2. Strings can either be a word or a character. So hello is a word, and character is just a. So if you see quotes around it, it's a string. Array is a collection of objects, and object is a little bit more complicated. It's like a object, yeah. It just has more layers. And so the things you can do are pretty interesting. So I'm just going to demo you guys on some operators. I already showed you guys add, subtract, divide, multiply, but it's really as simple as saying like 20 plus 32. It's basically just saying 52. Then you have 5 times 2. This will give you 10. But if you do have double stars, it'll be power. So let me write these out really quick for you guys on like a kind of like a note, if you want. So this is, oh shoot, multiply. This is add. This is subtract. Multiply, add, subtract, and this is division. And if you see something like 2 of these stars, what it's saying is power. So I'm not sure if you guys have gone over it yet in your regular schooling, but 5 to the power of 2 is basically just saying, and you have that little triangle thing to denote power. So 5 to the power of 2 is really just saying 5 times 5, which equals 25. So for example, if you did 5 to the power of 3, that's the same as saying this, which is just saying 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Okay. Okay, so how do you guys feel so far? Like, am I moving too quick? Do you guys have any questions? So if I were to ask you like what the operators did, and let's say if I said print 2 times 4, what do you think the computer would say back to me? Yeah, exactly, yeah, 8. Yeah, good job. And then if I were to ask you what an integer is, could you give me an example?
1.
Number. Yeah, exactly. An integer is just a number. And then what about float?
0.1.
Nice. Yeah, good job. Good job. And like I said, I will demo you guys how to download it later. It's a bit confusing, I'm not gonna lie. I might even hold off having you guys download it for a second, because the stuff that I'm gonna have you guys do can all really be done on this thing, online Python. Make sure you guys save that link. It's in the chat. Maybe write it down on like a notepad. because that's where you guys should probably be practicing most of it. And because coding, another big tip here is coding is all practice. Like, I promise. It's I like to think of it like it really is called a programming language because you can practice it like a language. You're just kind of having to speak the computer's language. And the way to get better at language is speaking it, right? So for Chinese, for example, or I'm Vietnamese, so you kind of grow up getting good at Chinese or Vietnamese or any language just because you use it every day. And that's all really coding is. That's why it's like a great place to get into because you don't have to be like the smartest, the richest, or, you know, it's like a very fair playing field as long as you just put in the time. And I think that's really nice, especially when, yeah, it's just a very nice thing about coding. It's just practice, 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 practice. So you guys can use it as a calculator, basically. You can do things like type this code right here. So this is, if you can't read, it's 5 plus 9, this is in parentheses, times 15 minus 7. And what this is all really saying is it'll give us, we'll evaluate first what's in the parentheses. So 5 plus 9 is 14. And then this is 15 minus 7, 8. So then all it's really saying is 14 times 8. And then if you do the math for it, it'll give us 112. And so what I always like to do is I just print it out just to make sure. So if we type, so we print here, run it, yeah, it'll give us 112, which is exactly what we answered. And then 30 minus 10 equals 20. So yeah, if you want, feel free to use this as a calculator. You can very much use it as a calculator for simple stuff like that. And I think it's really cool. Yeah, okay, special operators. So then there's operators like this. This goes back to the whole float versus integer thing. That's why I taught it to you guys. So it's very interesting. The two different operators here, it's basically the same thing. They're both division, except one will give you the exact value of this, exact value, and this will give you the integer rounded down value. So what this is saying is if you divide 7 divided by 7 /3, so that's, we call it 7 integer division 3. It's called integer division because you cut off the decimal. So basically, if you have it being like 3.5 as your answer regularly, it would be, your answer would be 2. Or sorry, if you're, so let me just make it like this. So if it was 7 double slash or integer division 3.5, you would just get 2, whereas here you might get your answer would be 2.0, I believe. So let's try running that. So yeah, I think this actually makes it more clear. So when you run it, you're gonna see that 7 divided by 3, you get the exact answer, which is 2 1/3 roughly. Whereas if you do integer division, you cut off that decimal and you only care about the whole numbers. So it will just give you 2.0. So that's an operator that I'm gonna write down for you guys in your guys' cheat sheet. This right here is integer division. Cut off answers decimals. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, a double divide is called integer division, and it returns an integer that is rounded down, and it takes off the decimals. Well, that's not exactly true. Here you can see that it just makes a decimal 0. Okay, Philip, Yo-Yo, I haven't heard much from you guys. How's it going your guys' end? Are you guys struggling with anything? Anything at all, guys, just don't be shy. I'm here to help you guys. I really want you guys to get this. I'm going to take that as everything's good right now. Okay, nice. Happy to hear that. Happy to hear that. Okay. Another special operator is this thing, this percentage sign. The concept's a little bit weird. It's a bit weird, but hang in there with me. So if you guys haven't heard of remainders yet in mathematics, it's basically just when you divide something, how many times can you get it? Basically, what is the leftover if you cleanly divide it is kind of my explanation. If I run it on a bunch of different numbers, I think you guys will better understand it. 9 and 8. Okay, so when you divide 7 divided by 3, you get 2 point something, right? Basically, you get 3. You can divide 7 divided by 3 2 times cleanly, and your leftover will be 1. Is the concept. So then this should return, this line right here should return 1. This line 8 divided by 3, you can do 3 times 2 is 6. And then, so you can get 6 in 3 times 2. Ah, gosh, sorry. You can get 6 from 3 cleanly, right? You won't like have to break a decimal or anything. You won't have to bring in a decimal. And then you basically just do 8 minus 6 is 2. And that's the remainder. And then 9 divided by 3, you can divide 9 divided by 3 cleanly with the remainder of 0 because it goes in cleanly. It fits 3, 3, 3. But if you try to do 3, if you have like, let's say you have 8 blocks and then you try to put 3, 3, and then you can't put in the third block, but you can fit in a 2 block is basically the concept. So yeah, this is because, like I said, yeah, you can fit in 3 2 times into 7 cleanly, and then you have 1 left over of a block that wasn't cleanly divided. Okay, so then I will put that into your cheat sheet. And like I said, this is going to be a bit confusing for you guys. This might be a lot for you guys. Just let me know. Is it a little too fast? Okay, so yeah, I'm just teaching you guys these very basic tools that you guys can use to create your own calculator, basically. That's kind of the goal for today. Remainder. So for example, 7 remainder 2. Can anyone tell me what that is?
3 and remainder 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Nice. I was trying to come up with like a tool, but you guys, I mean, it seems like Nicole has it. Philip, Yo-Yo, can I hear from you guys actually? I don't want you guys to like feel behind because it might seem a little scary to catch up, and since it's so early, I want to have you guys make sure you guys are on the right track. So Philip, let's hear from you. What do you think 10 remainder 4 is?
2.
Sorry?
Is it 2?
Is it 2? Yeah, exactly. It is 2. Good job, Yo-Yo. And then for Philip, what do you think 10 mod 5 or remainder 5 is? Do you know, Philip? Okay, so yeah, I mean, you might not it just be that you might have not gone over this in math yet. But the concept is, it really is just 10 divided by 5. And then what's left over if you like try to just have it cleanly. So in this case, it would be 0. But let's say it was like 10 divided by 3, right? then you'd have 3, 3, 3, which makes 9. And then it really is just 10 minus 9. So the answer is 1 to this one, because if you try to divide 10 by 3, so 10 divided by 3, you can get up to 9. And then the remainder is just whatever the difference is of what is left behind, essentially. Okay, so let's try 7 divided by, or 7 mod 3, or 7 remainder 3. This one's called a modulo, but you guys can remember as remainder. But if you hear modulo, this is what it is. So, oh shoot, this is supposed to be that. Okay, so Philip, can you try this one, Philip? So what is 7 remainder 3? You're also muted, by the way, Philip. I'm not sure if you know. So I cannot hear you. But if you want, you can put into chat or something if you want to. Or you can hold it up with your fingers. That also works. But if you're not sure, you can let me know too. So what do you think 7 remainder 3 is? Oh, yeah. Hi, Philip. I can hear you now.
I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. No worries, no worries. Yeah, so shoot, what grade were you in? I just want to know so I can like see what level the school, like your schooling's at, basically. What schools, what education you've gotten so far. 3? Okay, yeah. So that makes sense. Do you know how division works?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So the concept behind remainder is really just 7 divided by 3 and then what's left over. If you just kind of have it, make sure like there's no decimals.
1.
Yeah. So, well, 7 divided by 3, or are you answering the original question? So first, let's do 7 divided by 3. Or, well, it's going to be a little bit awkward, but how many times can you put 3 into 7 without going over? If you just like strictly, no decimal, just integer. Yeah, so it would be, this is a bad example. It should be more like this. Should be more like this. So 7 integer division 3 is 2. And then what basically you're saying is, so if 3 times 2 is 6, then 7 minus 6 is equal to 1. And this is your remainder. So 7 modulo 3, 7 remainder 3 is like saying you can put, if you have like 7 spaces, right? Each like one size each. And then you try to put 3 blocks of 2 in there, you can. Or 2 blocks of 3. So then you have 1 more space left, and that's your remainder. So your remainder is 1. Let me see if I can come up with a picture for it, and then we'll move on. 1 second, guys, really quick. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so if I had these blocks right here, let's say this is the first block that is size 3. So that is a block that is size 3. And then here I have another block that's size 3. This is basically what 7 modulo or remainder 3 is. You have 1 3 block right here, this blue one, and you have another 3 block. So that makes up 6 spaces. And you can only put 2 blocks of 3 here. So that's where you get 7 integer division 3 equals 2. And then whatever you have left over, which is why we call it the remainder, is this gray block, and it'll be 1. And So we're gonna move on really quick, but Philip, if we don't get it by the end, you can just stay after and I'll try and explain it to you a bit more. But this is the concept. But it's not necessary. You don't feel bad if you don't know it because it's really just something on the side. So I mean, I'm just gonna do, here's some practice for you guys. Let me know what you guys think is the answer. Maybe one of you guys can go for each. Okay, so Nicole, let's go with this one. What do you think this is for the first question?
E.
E? 18 divided by 4.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Well, the remainder is 2.
Oh yeah, the remainder is 2. What do you think it is for the question that it's showing though? Or what do you think this will print? 18 divided by 4?
Well, 4 times 4 is 16.
Yeah.
So, but we're not trying to get the remainder, right?
No, yeah, this is the single slash division.
So 4, I think.
So, not quite. Very close, very close. You're very close. Remember that do you remember what the difference between the single slash division and the double slash division is? So it's kind of like dividing it like on paper, right? It's like 6 divided by 2. You get 3. So then just think of this as like regular division. So if you do 7 divided by 2, the same applies. It'll be 3.5. And then this double division is the weird case. Think of it as the weird case.
So it's 0.5 then?
Yeah, it is 4.5. Think of the double slash as like, then something's weird. And it's actually when it's easier. So you kind of don't have to care about the decimal. You just know how many times it can go in without the decimal. So 18 integer division by 4 is 4. 19 double division by 4 would also be 4 because you can only go into 19 cleanly 4 times if you're dividing by 4. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then Yo-Yo, what do you think this is? 18 remainder 4.
I think it's D2.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And Philip, can you explain why it's 2? Or do you know why it's 2?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this might just be because you haven't like learned division too much. But yeah, we can definitely talk about it after class or around the end. So yeah, like I said, at this point, you guys can basically create a very simple calculator. So how about you guys try it? Just go on to Online Python, the website that I put, the link that I put in the chat box. And then, so if I ask you guys what 100 divided by 10 is, 100 divided by 120 divided by 10, 130 divided by 13, 35 divided by 7, you guys should be able, can you guys tell me how about Yo-Yo tell me what the value that you got for this was? Nicole, tell me what you got for this. And then Philip, what you got for this? How about you guys put that into the calculator? Like I said, it's as easy as doing print and then the question I gave you guys. So for example,
the first one is 11.1.
11.1. Okay, good job. Okay. Yeah, you can just put it in your into your Python run. Do you have it open, Nicole?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you can just.
But I don't think it's working because I said print 120 slash 11 and it came out 120 slash 11.
Oh, okay. So I think what you did, this is the difference here between what you have in my screen. I think this is what you have. Okay, so if you look at these two side by side, what you notice the difference right away? Like one
Well,
is green, one is blue, right?
Maybe because wait. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, no worries, no worries. So right away, I've noticed that you're using quotes, right? That's why if anything in quotes is going to appear as green, right? And anything that's not is going to appear as blue or black. So is it green on your screen too? It should be.
Yeah, it's green.
So that's because sorry, I should have clarified this. Anything that you put in quotes is a word, even if it's like a number. It's basically a phrase. If you can imagine, you can like have it type all of this, all these special characters, and it's like a phrase. It's like whatever is in that quote is that keyboard letter or word. So then if you take out the quotes, you will have just the numbers. Because as of right now, it's thinking that you want to type out literally 120/11. But if you take out the quotes, it'll think that you're saying, okay, tell me what 120 divided by 11 is. So if you run it, you get this number, right?
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, there we go. Yeah. So what you guys were just introduced to was what you might have heard it from, like if you're ever using like a website, it bugged out, which is really just saying, oh shoot, I'm not sure why that happened. Let me get back to you real quick. So that's a bug. And then basically a lot of what coders do is that they find out why their code isn't working. And that's what you might call debugging. So yeah, quick little explanation there. Okay, and then Philip, were you able to get this done, Philip? Philip, are you there, Philip? I mean, you are, but let me know if you're struggling, Philip, basically. How's it looking, Philip? Oh, okay, there we go. Were you able to run it, Philip?
No, I press it. I write print and 130 divided 13, and then I press run.
And then you press run. Yeah, that's correct. But then what did it show on your screen? Did it work?
10.
10? Yeah, that's correct.
0.
So you got 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then so can you explain why to me? Why do you think you got 10 to me?
Because 13 times 10 equals 130.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now, it seems. Oh no. Okay. Oh Lord. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay. So it seems that I think now is a good time to teach you guys to install Python. This might be a little annoying. So whenever I have a question for coding, usually everything is on the internet. So I would literally just ask how to install Python and find an article on it. Jeez, my computer is lagging. Holy cow. So So what you guys want to do is, do you guys know if you guys have a Windows computer or an Apple Mac computer?
MacBook Air.
MacBook Air. So it's gonna be a little different. So here is the Mac version. Let me put it in the chat.
I'm using an iPad.
Okay. So, well, you technically can't code on an iPad just yet. I mean, you can do stuff on the online editor because that uses the internet. But how coding languages work is that you can run them like directly straight through your computer, and that's why you can download it as if it's like a program, right? Like downloading a game basically.
I have a computer in front of me right now.
Okay, yeah, if you could use that, that'd be perfect. So that's the Mac one. If you're not using Mac, and if you're using a Windows, this is the Windows one. Just be careful not to get the two mixed up. As you can see here, this is the Windows one. Okay, so then when you install it, basically just click on the latest release. Let me just actually find you guys a YouTube video, and then you guys can, yeah, because I don't think I can have you guys download it in front of me, just because it would take a second. Did I have a YouTube video? Thought I found one, but here we go. Yes, there we go. Okay.
What if you're not very sure which one are you? I think mine's
Are you scared about the versions, like the numbers?
No, I'm not so sure if my computer is the Windows or the other.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, do you know if it's an Apple? You said it's a MacBook Air, right?
Yeah, it's an Apple.
Okay, here. So MacBooks, this is good, yeah. MacBooks are running on Apple. And Apple, it's like your iPhone. Well, the MacBooks use Mac. So that's basically any Apple computer uses Mac. But if you have like a Lenovo or any other laptop brand, it uses Windows basically. So basically Apple is the only one who doesn't use Windows. But let me find you guys your YouTube video so that you guys can watch it. Hopefully it's like your parents.
I have to type every single word in because I can't copy and paste.
Oh no. Oh yeah, because you have it on your iPad. Well, you can also search up Python Mac download. Python Mac download.
Well,
But,
I'm in
yeah.
the last word, so I guess
Yeah, you can fit it. Yeah. Yeah, you can just search up Python download Windows 2 if you guys have the same problem.
Seriously? Not the Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
Wait, what else could I search?
You can search. Oh, sorry. Which one were you thinking about? The YouTube video?
To go to like the app.
Oh. Like the online one or the Python program itself?
The online one.
The online one? Oh yeah. So the online one is called online-python.com. So I'll show you guys these slides. Does that sound good? So I'll leave all the links and all the material here. Python online. Yeah. So this is a video. And then let me get you guys the download link. So I guess your homework tonight will be to follow the videos directly. I would be careful while doing it because if you mess up, it makes it a little bit harder to download the next time.
Python.
Mac download. So yeah, if you guys have a Mac, that's like an Apple computer. Okay. Okay, so
I don't. Oh, here.
how's it looking, Nicole?
So here.
Oh shoot! And then what did you click for that? You press back basically.
Search the Python thingy, and then it just came up like this. I didn't press anything.
Wait, did you search up this thing?
Yeah. Wait, no.
Oh wait, no. It should be this one, right?
Yeah. And then it came up like that.
Like this, and then you click this and it didn't show anything?
Yeah, it just, we couldn't find what you're looking for there.
Can I see your screen again? Sorry.
Okay.
Can I see what it says on like the URL, this thing, the thing on top?
Over here?
Yeah, could you zoom in a little? Sorry, I'm having trouble reading it.
This one?
Okay, so download. Oh, okay. It's because you put you typed it wrong. If you say how it says Mark OS, it should say Mac OS. So take out the R.
Oh.
Also, I think you might have spelled. Actually, no. Yeah, that might be just about it.
Maybe.
How to install Python on Mac.
But it needs to load like forever.
Yeah. I mean, can I see your screen? It might be that also a little long.
Well, I think I get rid of the R.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait.
But
Shoot. It says /download. Wait, can I see the link again? Oh, so I think you spelled downloads again wrong. You put an extra down D loads. You see how my link just has the down and then loads? But I think yours has down D loads. So it should be like mine. Oh, sorry, right here.
Downloads.
Yeah.
I think now.
Yeah, and then let me find a video that installs Mac OS for you, and I will send you guys the link. I'll have it sent to you guys as parents. So just watch out for this these right here.
Now press the first one. The latest Python 3 release Python.
Yeah, you can do latest Python, or you can just do the one that because in the video, I linked the video where you guys can just copy it. It doesn't matter. 3.11, it's just like the different versions. So 3.11 is a little newer, but the one that they have right here should be just good enough. So this one's 3.9. 2 versions behind. It's a very small difference. So I'll probably just have you guys do that one. So just if you have a Windows, just click and watch the video for Windows. If you have a Mac, just watch this video, how to install Python on a Mac. And yeah, that's about it. So I just want to recap.
Wait, what did I do here?
Oh, so then now you can just go down a little bit. So I click this one, right? Go down a little bit and let's say files, right? And then you can look for, it should be the Mac OS 64-bit installer. So just click this link right
This
here.
one?
One sec, let me make it bigger. Yeah, that one. So you click it, it'll download something. I suggest that you watch the video. It'll have like you see this person's screen, so it'll be like a lot easier, in my opinion, than me trying to like help everyone out at the same time. If you guys need, you can probably get your parents to do it with you. They should be able to get it done. It's not too hard. Yeah, since it's getting close to 8 o'clock, let me just recap what I taught you guys really quick. So we went over print hello world today. You can print any string, right? It doesn't have to be hello. It can be hello, my name is Philip, or Nicole, or Yo-Yo, right? So if you put this command into the runner, so every time you run it, just delete this and then do this. Right, and then type run. Oops. Oh, here we go. So every time you need to just run it like this, you might get an error, and if you get an error, then it's probably the way you formatted it. And you have these data types: integer, float, string, array, object. You don't have to memorize them right now. They're just something that you just get used to. It's just like English words. You would know exactly what they mean. So I wouldn't even bother trying to memorize it, to be honest. You just get it. You have these operators. Here's a cheat sheet I put together for you guys. Cool. So here's multiply, add, subtract, divide, power, and integer, yeah. And then remainder. Okay. And yeah, that was basically all we did today. Just did a bunch of practice. If you guys want, feel free to look back at this because I don't think you guys remember the answers. And you guys will have the slides. I'll send them to you. But yeah, for the most part, it looks like you guys got it. This, don't worry about this. I'm going to teach you guys next. This is what, yeah, I'll just teach you guys next time what the functions are. This is where it gets like a little bit more interesting. It gets a little bit more, you can bring it to a higher level and it's like more interesting to you guys. Because right now, today was pretty basic, I'm sure. It was basically just like adding stuff, but yeah, I mean, you guys basically got a taste of like how satisfying it can feel to like, you know, type something out and then make the computer spit it out. And basically you did that all on your own, you know? So that's a good feeling. You guys deserved it. You guys did it yourself. So yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I guess for homework, just make sure to download, just to watch the video, follow the steps that they do. Basically just like follow like a tutorial. You can use this link to help you guys navigate, and yeah. Okay, is that cool? Any questions? Okay, yeah, well, if not, then today's is over. Philip, do you want to stay a little bit behind? Let me see if I can help you with remainder, maybe for 5 minutes, because I have to go around 8:10. But yeah, maybe Philip stay behind, and then if you guys are good to go, you guys are good to go.
Well, I have another class.
Oh, okay, shoot. Okay, well, it's okay then, Philip. Yeah, no worries, yeah. Okay, then I guess we're all done for today, and yeah. Cool, okay. Thank you guys. Have a good night.